Welcome to software engineering. This is I'm excited to be here talking about this. When I was a student, what was called software engineering just didn't make any sense. People are trying to figure out how to build software, and the advice they have, you couldn't possibly take advantage of this course. And what's exciting is now we can. The software's been changed to make it easier to do. So why are you all here? Or well, maybe not why are you all here, but what great taste you have in courses, I think is to say. So last year, somebody did a ranking of all the jobs in the United States by job titles, this company. So I thought I'd go through it in reverse order here, like a top 10 list here. So some of these, when you're a kid, you're growing up, you think, oh, this would be a cool job. And so we'll go backwards for list. Like maybe you wanted to be a lumberjack. That's absolutely the worst job. So how did they pick it? It was based on salary, stress levels, hiring outlook, physical demands, and work environment. So lumberjack work environment, not so great. But lumberjack is only 4 things worse than newspaper reporter. So for your friends in journalism, you might check. Maybe they'd like lumberjack. Right? I don't know. And then when you're growing up, I want to be a firefighter, or maybe a flight attendant, or a police officer, or a high school teacher, fashion designer, or pilot. Those are all in the bottom half of the 100 list. Okay. Now, maybe a little bit later in school, you thought, I'd like to have a challenging job, but, a good lifestyle. Today, suppose you said attorney. Well, that's a little better, that's in the top half, but towards the bottom. Now, we're in an ECS department. How many of you are electrical engineers? All right, well, that's next. So, it seems like engineering seems pretty good. So mechanical is still in the, you're not in the top quarter yet. Accountants, that's in the top quarter finally. How about a doctor? A lot of kids want to be a doctor, right? That's barely there, or a nurse. In terms of the best engineering position is civil engineering, at least on the Berkeley campus. There's actually another one we don't have, petroleum engineering. That's a pretty good job right now. But the number 1 job in the United States is software engineer, right? Software. So it's cool that we are teaching things that people could have the best job in the United States. But if it's such a best job, why do we screw up at it so much? Okay, that's the thing that's fascinating or frustrating to me. Who've been in the field a long time, and you can follow these in Wikipedia, but there's a few of them that if you're in a software engineering community, they're cliches. All you have to do is mention the word and everybody, oh yeah, I know about that one. So you need to know them if you don't know about them. So one of the first scary ones is the Therac lethal radiation overdose. So this is 1985, and the predecessor machine had hardware interlocks to make sure you didn't give somebody too much radiation. That machine, the Therac 25, took away those hardware interlocks. The software was already working on the Therac and its predecessor, and they just used the same software, made some changes to it, moved the software forward. There was a bug that rarely occurred. 6 people were burned with radiation, and 3 of those died. So a software bug could kill people. That was eye-opening. The Mars Climate Orbiter disintegration. So the ground computer used imperial units, and the satellite computer used metric units. They used different units, and so when the orbiter came, the time it went at the wrong angle and burned up. So $300 million. The things that amazed me, the FBI virtual file case. So what happened to that? For 5 years, they tried to build a virtual file case to give FBI agents the ability to have things at their fingertips. They gave up. It was so bad, they didn't fix it. They just, okay, we're just going to throw it all away, $170 million. But the most spectacular software bug is the Ariane 5. So the Ariane 5, and I'll show you that one just momentarily. So the Ariane 4, again, it worked fine, but the Ariane 5 ran faster than the Ariane 4. So they take the Ariane 4 software, put it in the Ariane 5. To save space, they stored numbers in 16-bit integers, but they calculated 64-bit floating point numbers. The Ariane 5 can fly faster than the Ariane 4, so the number was bigger, and so what happened to this flight? Is it going? Oh, you can't hear it. All right, we'll have to see it. Okay, software overflow. There goes $325 million of satellites right there. Okay, so this, there's this IEEE software, or the IEEE spectrum, has a whole wall of shame that I think is $17 billion. So why? If it's such a great job, why is it so bad? So there's this wall of shame. How do you avoid that, right? So we've been developing software for 60 years, and what we're going to do in this class is go over all the things that you can. There's been a lot of approaches tried, and we're going to go over them in this class, but there's one we're going to emphasize. We're going to emphasize the ones really good for software as a service. So why do we say this is good? Well, 10,000 students around the world have got certificates from the course last year. Enrollments have grown. Before computing was popular, enrollments have grown. The teaching evaluations last time was really good. So what you're going to do is, how do you not end up on Wikipedia page with something you want to take off your resume, right? You're going to learn how to do it the right way.